lovelies, this is SJ at Infinite Fire Readings, and today I'm bringing a pick a card reading to you for spiritual guidance from your inner self. So these are the three piles. You have this one here with this green stone. This is pile number 1 with the green stone here. You have the middle pile here with this little tall crystal. I've forgotten the name of it, but I got it as a gift, and suppose it's about abundance. And this one I got from a market, from a beautiful vendor. I think it's got I've forgotten what it's called, some kind of nitro change of it's like a quartz that's been coloured anyway. And then this was another gift, this purple gemstone here, beautiful. So these are the three piles. These cards are also my own handmade cards, so you might want to choose based on the card that you resonate with as well. So pile number 1 is the crystals card. These are from my own 13 energies deck. As you can see, they are completely handcrafted. And you've got the swirls card, and then you have the cups card. So take a moment to pick the pile which resonates with you most. This is messages from your inner self. So take a moment, and then when you're ready, to click down in the description. There will be, I will pin a comment that links you to pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And when you're ready, I will see you there. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. I hope you are well. This is for if you chose the green brushed quartz crystal here. So this is your reading. I've put all your cards out for you already. So this pile is looking like it's someone that might have gone through some kind of loss. Maybe they've lost some kind of long-term goal recently. They're sort of just trying to figure out how to get on with things, maybe how to move forward, without what used to be what seemed like a long-term dream having been gone, and just looking to basically reconnect with what it is that they're meant to connect with and move on without this dream that they have had to release. So it is a very calm deck, something very nurturing as well. I can see that, whatever's happened, there is a need to be gentle with yourself, to give yourself a lot of self-nurture and self-care at this time, though it's also a time of strength, and it is also a time of blossoming. So things are opening up again, things are coming into a better place for you moving forward, and it really is about connecting with your inner self, connecting with what it is that you really do need, and really just giving yourself the foundations that you require in order to move into that better place that is coming up for you. So your inner self is wanting to communicate some messages to you, so we'll get into those. To start with, you have flexible from the Wisdom of the Oracle cards. It might be a little bit bright there, but there we go. Is it going to focus? So flexible, and you can kind of see it there. Basically, this card is speaking about the need to be flexible with things right now. There might be a lot of shifts that you're going through. Having that flexibility is really important, and being adaptable to the current circumstances that you're in. I think that your inner self is communicating that it is a time of flexibility. It's not necessarily going to be like this forever, though if you can be flexible and adaptable with what's happening, it's going to really assist you with moving forward and really assist you with coming into the changes that are happening. You do have the flower or the lotus from Titania's Fortune. This is a card and a sign of things blossoming. It can be to do with your career or your personal life, though really your inner self is saying that you are opening up, you are blossoming at the moment. You may not feel like it, you may not think that things are changing and growing. However, you are opening up as this flower here. So really just acknowledging that growth takes time, and you are blossoming at your own pace. So being gentle with yourself in that regard. you do actually also have be gentle above this card as well. Not that they're in any particular order, but being gentle with yourself. So I think you might have given yourself a really hard time about the changes, whether or not they were something that you had to choose to let go of, or whether they just left your life, whatever this long-term dream is. But being gentle with yourself is really important. You have the Star card from the Mini Fountain Tarot in the reverse. So this is, again, the need to release some kind of long-term vision that you might have had for yourself. It might be something that just wasn't serving you, or it just no longer had a place in your life at this point. Your inner self is saying it's okay to release this, even if it's hard. There is something new coming up. Being flexible and just allowing for that opening of yourself and that blossoming of yourself. This is all part of it. Letting go of this long-term vision is part of it, because you do have the Nine of Cups here as well in the reverse, which is releasing a dream. So I think there is something that has been let go of here, and your inner self is basically saying that it's okay to let this go at this point. It's okay to release it. There are better things coming up for you. You're laying the foundations for more coming up ahead. The Page of Swords has come up as well from the Fountain Tarot full version, and this talks about needing to get more information, needing more knowledge, coming into a place of learning. You could be learning about yourself again as well. So your inner self is saying it's okay that you're now in a new place of learning things, of gaining more information, you're growing. You might want to start learning more about yourself, about what it is that you want to move forward. There seems like you're feeling pretty unsuccessful at the moment with the Six of Wands in the reverse, perhaps to do with whatever this is that you have released. So this basically says that, there's more information to learn about everything, about all of the things that are going on, about all of this release that's occurring. You are growing at the moment, and you do need to be flexible with what's happening though. You are learning, so just be gentle with yourself as you're learning about this new path forward, and as you're releasing everything as well. So the affirmation card that came out from the universe has your back. It's a bit glary, but it says, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. So you can see it there, just coming into view. This again is really about getting in touch with the gentle side of yourself, reconnecting with life and your inner source, reconnecting with your sense of oneness with the universe. That sounds a bit fluffy, but maybe you pray, or maybe you meditate, or maybe you have a manifestation affirmation that you repeat. This is about really getting in touch with the inner self while being gentle about it. I think there needs to be a focus from your inner self as messages on just being really kind and really nurturing to yourself at this point. It seems like a lot is being let go of, so coming into a place of getting connected with your higher consciousness is really important at this time. And you are learning a lot of new things, I think, and I think that your inner self wants you to know that there's going to be a lot of learning happening. Self-creation is what's coming up as well for you from the Sufi Wisdom Oracle. So it says, be the author of your own life. So this is laying the new foundations. You are going to start creating something really beautiful for yourself. If you haven't started that already, you are in a stage where you're starting to blossom. So even though something is being released here, something else is coming about. And it says that to take control of this as well. You can see what's being let go of as something that is, sad and tragic, or you can actually recognize and see that the release of this is leading you spiritually to creating a better life for yourself, creating better things for yourself, and have faith in the universe, have faith in your inner self that you're capable of getting through this time as well. So your crystal card, which is the card that you pulled out to start with, just to show you as well, is actually Crystal's Strength. So on it, it's got, I've handcrafted these from scrapbooking. It says soulmate, karmic partner, personal energies, connection with source, feeling unheard by self. So again, there's a huge need to really connect with yourself within pile number 1. Masculine, feminine, yin yang. There's some deer here. There's a cat. It also says apathy, disconnect from people, things no longer. So I think that is to do with the release happening. Act, focus. connect with nature, connect with animals, education, psychic abilities, reading and learning. It says 1 month on it as well, self-growth and study. So it could be a month or so where this phase, this shift is occurring, and a lot of transitions are happening for you. Sorry about the glare, it's just the lamination that I put on it to protect it. My homemade laminating skills. So it is really talking about, again, that self-nurture and the growing and learning that needs to be done at this stage. Your inner self is wanting you to take the time, at least a month perhaps, to really just invest in that, invest in your own growth, and invest in just getting into that balance within yourself and getting more connected with your own higher consciousness. From the Work Your Light Oracle, you have Anna, Grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. You may not be religious, that's fine. This basically, though, is talking again about the fact that you are laying new foundations to create a better life for yourself now. So it may not seem like it, it may not feel like things are sort of heading that way, though your inner self wants you to know that you are doing that at the moment. You are learning new things and you're blossoming. Being flexible is important. You're laying new foundations to move forward in your life at this time. So it is a really beautiful reading, pile number 1. I know that it looks like you are really releasing something quite significant to you. However, it looks like this is actually because you are creating a new life for yourself, something better for yourself, something brighter and more in alignment with who you really are, and you're laying those foundations for yourself now. So be gentle with yourself, really connect with your higher self as well. And yeah, that is your reading. So I hope it gave you some insight and clarity. I'm going to move on now to pile number 2. So please like and subscribe as well if you liked this reading, and I'll catch you next time. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. Thank you so much for joining me. This is for if you picked this crystal here, this beautiful abundance crystal. Well, that's what I got told it was, and it's absolutely radiant. I love it. It stands on my little shelf. So, and also if you pick the swells card. So these are double-sided. I made them myself, and this is cycles, finalizations. So what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2, is that you've been questioning a lot of things in your life at the moment. You do have the Why card coming up to start with as well from the Wisdom of the Oracle. So I think there's been a lot of questioning as to why things have happened the way they have, or why these changes have come about. It looks as well as though you have come into a place of more independence lately, possibly releasing some kind of relationship or commitment where you weren't really wanting to invest anymore, because you actually saw that your complete emotional fulfillment was outside of that connection. So it could be to do with a job as well. It doesn't have to be to do with a relationship with a person, though. There's definitely been a decision to release a commitment because your heart was not in it anymore, and taking back a lot of your power. There's also a sense of loyalty here in the card, so I think you might be quite a loyal person, and loyal to the cause as well, so dedicated to your cause. A lot of your cards as well that are coming up are hugely about breaking out of old cycles and coming into a place of complete strength, and claiming back your power. So I think that you are definitely being called right now to a higher purpose, and your inner self is really wanting you to know that, and really wanting you to see and understand that you are on the right path towards that, and you are just being completely called to go towards this higher calling. So let's have a look at them. So to start with, you do have Why. So you might be questioning, again, a lot of things right now, maybe a bit uncertain as to how to go forward and how to proceed with things. Your inner self is saying it's okay to have these questions. You don't need to give yourself grief about having the questions. Sometimes the questions can be of benefit to us as well, though not to also, if you are feeling stressed about it, it's not something that you have to figure out overnight, so to speak. So just keeping that in mind as well. You do have the dog coming up from the Titania's Fortune card. So this is about loyalty. So seeing that you are a really loyal person, and also there might be someone in your life that is quite loyal to you, that perhaps you can connect with and discuss with them about what is going on. So your inner self might want you to know that also you are loyal to yourself, you're loyal to your own plans and ambitions, so have faith in yourself as you move forward also, because you are loyal to yourself. And I know that's like a funny thing to say, but I think it's just reminding you that, you know, you are the kind of person who is absolutely capable of achieving what you need to and want to achieve. You have the 9 of coins coming out as well from the Fountain Tarot Mini. This is the independent person card, someone who has all their coins in order, wealth sorted, they're quite independent. I think your inner self is communicating it's important to come into a place of self-support and self-nurture right now. Own that place if you haven't come into that place already. It's a great place for you to be in, and your inner self is saying that they completely support that, and they want to, you to focus on being in that embodiment and being in that strength that you have. You do have a few cards here about strength as well. The Hierophant in the reverse, coming up from the Fountain full version, talks about releasing some kind of commitment or connection. So I think your higher self, your inner self, which is also your higher self in a way, is in support, bless, of this. So in support of you releasing this commitment, and seeing that, again, you're not emotionally invested in it, whatever it is. So there seems to be something that you are letting go of, and it's basically saying that, it's okay if your heart's not in it anymore, with the Queen of Cups in the reverse here. You don't have to feel like, if your heart's not in it, your inner self recognizes that and saying that it understands why you're releasing this. And also that it can see that you're focusing on going towards your 10 of Cups, which is complete emotional fulfillment and unison. So I think there is a huge focus on wanting to be complete and emotionally fulfilled here, really focusing on what it is that brings you actual fulfillment. And that's possibly the reason that you've made the decision you have, and there is support here from your inner self about that. They can see the rainbows of light that are coming into your spirit based on this decision that you're making. So you have some really powerful affirmation cards and oracle cards and angel cards here. You've got my fearless freedom lights up the world. So your inner self is saying, don't have fear. Go forward towards your journey on your mission. You have so much to give, so much to achieve, and that fearless freedom of yours of making this decision to release this commitment and move forward towards your true calling is beautiful, powerful, and completely inspiring. So really wonderful message there. You have from the Archangel Michael deck as well, this is your life's purpose. So whatever you're heading towards, it's definitely your calling. It's definitely something that is right for you, for both yourself and the planet. And your inner self is letting you know that. It's letting you know that it can hear you being called towards it, and it understands exactly why you are making these decisions. Or you understand exactly why. I'm calling your inner self it, but really it's you. Gift of Freedom is up next. So this is a break away from your attachments. So there is the need to release, and I think you are doing this by releasing this commitment here. You also have the Protector from the, so this is the Sufi Oracle, by the way, this Gift of Freedom, and then from the Work Your Light Oracle you have Protector. And Protector says, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. So there's definitely a need to break away from things that are no longer serving you. Your inner self is telling you that that is completely on track, it's completely fine, and giving yourself this gift is very important because it's actually protecting you. It's protecting your energy, and it's helping you move towards a pathway that's really of benefit for you. So really beautiful messages there. With your Cycles card as well, with the swells, this is Cycles of the 13 energies. So there's 13 different things. One of them is called Cycles, and it's finalizations. So there's 4 different Cycles cards, and this one is finalizations. So on the card, and I've scrapbooked these myself, as you can see my shocking laminating job. So you've got calmness, coming to a finish, love soldier, turning the next new chapter. A man may be coming after or involved in the situation. It also has the word now. So this card says things are finalizing for you, they're wrapping up, though it's to empower you, it's to turn into a new chapter. There might be some kind of masculine energy support figure around you as well. I do feel like there could be someone there that's loyal to you. Maybe you're inner self is wanting to remind you of that figure in your life. So could be bringing them up for you to connect with. And yeah, also saying now, so getting really present with the now and your power in the now, because the now is very powerful. That's that Steve Aoki song, The Power of Now with Headhunters. I know that's not quite the energy, but it's really empowering, and it's sort of that vibe I'm feeling is really self-empowerment energy. So yeah, it's a really fantastic reading of what your inner self would like you to know, pile number 2. So I really hope that this helped you and resonated with you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe as well to see more content. And I'm going to move on now to pile number 3. So thank you, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome. Thank you for being here. This is if you chose this purpley blue crystal. It looks a bit more, well, that side's blue. It's like a nice little blue side, but it's a beautiful gemstone here. So this is for you, pile number 3, and if you chose the cups card. So this is actually cups, one of the 13 energies. This is my own deck that I made, and cups is one of 4 cups, and this cup is quenching of thirst. So the scrapbooking side is on the other side here. It's actually really beautiful. Overall, the messages that you're getting as well, pile number 3, are really, really, really amazing. So I think that you are perhaps connecting with someone that you love, some kind of new energy perhaps. It doesn't have to be, but there's something really beautiful here. There's a lot of, talking about, saying yes and investing, energy of love coming into play here as well. You have blessed with the anchor, which is a really great sign, and then obviously there's nothing sexier than my authentic truth is your affirmation. It's the only one in the universe has your back that has the word sexier in it, so I kind of like that. So yeah, this pile I think is for someone who is really connecting with some kind of beautiful loving energy, something really healthy and beneficial for them. And I think there's also other stuff going on as well, though, maybe in the exterior world. You might be releasing things where you're no longer collaborating on other things and walking away from certain things as well. Though I think it's to invest in new things that are actually going to rejuvenate you. So we'll get into your cards straight away. So to start with, from the Wisdom of the Oracle, you have Blessed. So it's a really gorgeous card. As soon as it came out, it's the first one I pulled out of the pile for you, because I hadn't looked at any of these. And I just really resonated with the fact that it, whatever this connection is, this good energy in your life, this person, I feel like it's a person, or just a situation even, you're very, very blessed to be there. And I think your inner self is reminding you of that, reminding you that you have some great blessings in your life right now. Life can be up and down, so I feel like some really great energy is in your life at the moment, and it is something that is a blessing and something to be really grateful for. Next to the anchor as well, because whatever the anchor falls beside, it says, and this is from Titania's Fortune, means that it's good, it's a very good omen. It's about steadiness and stability, getting anchored. So I feel like whatever this blessing is something that is solid and stable, and really just fantastic and great, beautiful energies. So it's a really great combination. Your inner self is really wanting you to just know that this is something solid and something you can anchor yourself into. There is the Emperor in the reverse up next, so there might be your inner self is asking you to let go of control a little bit. If you are trying to control things a little bit, this is saying, release the need to control a little bit. It's interesting because both the Three of Coins and the Emperor from the Fountain Tarot version cards are sort of holding something in the reverse. It seems like releasing the need to control outcomes or certain efforts put into projects. So you might need to release some kind of project in your life as well, or maybe you are releasing a project and letting go of control. Your inner self is saying that that's completely fine. And also, if you're not feeling super stable right now to do with things, that's completely understandable. You might, it could be wise for you to stop collaborating on something that's not serving you anymore. And with the Eight of Cups, it might be good to walk away from it as well. So your inner self is, if that's something that you've been thinking about, your inner self is saying that is okay, that's on track, that's where you are connected with that higher version of yourself, completely understands that you might need to walk away from something else as well. And that is to invest emotionally in something new, something fulfilling. So you have the Daughter of Cups here in the upright, that beautiful rainbow energy underneath the little duckling, the baby swan even. So it is you turning into this new and more radiant, more beautiful version of yourself, letting go of something else in order to do that. Though there is a blessing in your life that is really fantastic. And your affirmation card that came out from the universe has your back is there is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. So this is a confirmation to really own who you are, own all of your elements, we have all of the emotions in us as well, and they all are indicators of important facets of ourselves. So, you've got happiness, joy, anger, sadness, sexy energy, calm energy. They're all relevant, and your authentic truth is the sexiest thing that you can be. So your inner self is saying just love yourself. Be so radiant and happy with who you truly are, because you are absolutely magnificent as yourself, and it's just a really fantastic and beautiful card to get as an affirmation. With maybe if you are as well, if you are walking away from something, from the Archangel Michael deck we have explore your options. So there could be a calling from your inner self telling you to look at your different options around you, look at other ways to find solutions with something you need to leave. I almost felt like whatever this is that you're blessed in, maybe it's not a traditional way that you might have thought it was going to work. Maybe it needs to be done a little bit differently, the need to release control and a certain way of doing things and collaborating, walking away from that, but exploring other options where it can work, because it still seems like a really good thing. So that also could be a message that's coming in for you. You have then energy of love. Behold the world through the eyes of love. So I think that if you are in a loving situation or you're being called towards love, this is almost a card just being gifted to you saying, get in that energy, indulge in the beauty of that love. And even this card just makes me feel so good. It's so beautiful. Like going for a swim in a beautiful, calm, warm, like naturally enchanted ocean, like just warmed by the energy around it, and the planets are aligning, and it just feels really fantastic. So I think things are aligning for you on that level. It just feels really great energy in any case, and your inner self is saying to immerse yourself and go into that energy. It's beautiful. You also have quenching of thirst. Now I've scrapbooked these cards and then laminated them, as you can see. So there's some honeybees, which is about the honeybees is creating things that are sweet, and they're building things as well. You've got exercise is good, running towards something, humor is good, rejuvenation, laughter, happiness, healing, 3 weeks max. So I put timelines on my cards as well. There could be something happening in 3 weeks that's really healthy and healing. You might be getting more exercise. Your inner self might wanting you to sort of both indulge more in treating yourself and giving yourself more exercise at the same time. So things like that as well. It's a really beautiful card and message. And 3 weeks max, something could be happening within that time frame that's really healing and rejuvenating for you. Also, if there was a question that you were struggling with, you have the card yes. Just say yes. So if there's something that you've wanted to do, something that you feel called towards, maybe a connection or a love offering in your life, and you've wanted to go towards it but you've been uncertain, this card is coming up and saying just say yes. So really amazing card. It's there's a no in this deck as well, so this is a very affirmative message, pile number 3, and I'm very excited for you. It just feels like a lot of great things are coming in, and your inner self wants you to know that it is all working out and you're totally in a good, strong energy, to stay being yourself and just immerse yourself in loving energy. Release the need to control things, maybe how you thought initially they were meant to be controlled, but things are really working out in a good way, and in the next 3 weeks perhaps there's going to be some really good shifts. So that's your reading, pile number 3. I hope you got something out of it and enjoyed it. Please like as well and subscribe if you like my content. And I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for joining me for the pick a card reading as well. Keep in mind, I wanted to add that if a pile doesn't resonate with you, you can always try another pile, or maybe it's just not the right reading for you at the time. You can try back another time as well. So thank you again for watching. I really do appreciate you being here. So have a wonderful space time wherever you are. I hope you got something good out of the messages, and I'll catch you in your next reading. Bye.